Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
In the news tonight, Syed Qayyum says NFP health claims unsubstantiated. SODELPA government will advocate Christian values if elected. And 5 citizens to be chosen for election visitor program.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
National Federation Party candidate Sandhya Bajpai's claims against the Ministry of Health has been classified as irrelevant by Fiji First General Secretary Ayaz Syed Qayyum. During a rally in Nasinu, Bajpai, while criticising the health programs and projects, made allegations of mismanagement within the ministry. Savaida Tambor reports.
NFP candidate Sandhya Bajpai made a number of unsubstantiated claims on the services provided by the health ministry.
It costs a lot for patients to buy medicine, the glucose strips, those testing machines. These things are pretty expensive. Most of the time it is not in government hospitals. In the blood testing in the lab, most of the time the reagents that are used to test the bloods, they are not available, and the patient continues to go to SOPD and being told, I'm sorry, your blood result hasn't come back. So there is a total mismanagement. The whole system has to change.
Fiji First General Secretary Ayaz Syed Qayyum says politicians must do fact check before making any comments.
Unfortunately, this is the modus operandi of NFP. NFP is going around Fiji making all sorts of claims without backing it with any facts whatsoever. This lady, I understand, also made some comments against Minister Rosie Akbar, Veena Bhatnagar, saying that these people are decorative pieces. This is a woman saying these kind of comments against other women. Is this the type of candidate you want? Is this the kind of people you want in Parliament? That's the question you need to ask.
Syed Qayyum says NFP is using cheap points for political gain. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
The Social Democratic Liberal Party, if elected into government, will remove the provision under the Constitution that defines Fiji as a secular state. Under the provisions of a secular state in the 2013 Constitution, religious liberty is a founding principle of the state and all persons holding public office must treat all religions equally. SODELPA leader Sitiveni Rambuka, while launching the party's manifesto, says they have never constitutionalized religion, and while they would not legally label Fiji a Christian state, they would advocate for Christian values. Maggie Boyle reports.
Under the 2013 Constitution, religious freedom is assured under the provisions of a secular state and the Bill of Rights. The provisions further stipulate that the state and all persons holding public office must not dictate any religious belief. A SODELPA government would remove these provisions entirely.
We would like to just take that up because we have never constitutionalized religion. It's never been constitutionalized. We've never said that Fiji is a Christian state. We continue to live with Christian values according to our law. It's not there in the Constitution as a clause or a provision of the Constitution.
Speaking at a campaign rally in Suva, Fiji First leader Vrangai Bainimarama says the legal provisions which his administration introduced safeguard communities from any religious vilification.
You know what the secular state does for us? It gives you the freedom. What religion do you want? Me as a Christian, Hindu, Muslim, you do whatever you want.
Rambuka elaborates that under the 1997 Constitution, which the SODELPA party will reinstate if in power, Christianity and its importance is highlighted.
The 1997 Constitution mentioned the name of Jesus Christ and the power of the name in the faith of the people. And that was contained in the preamble of the Constitution rather than the main body.
Bainimarama, on the other hand, says a regressive politics of race is what the SODELPA party represents.
If you hear the debate we have in Parliament, you will know that these are the people that started the 87 and the 2000, the people that took you apart, especially the Indo-Fijian people. and I feel for you. And that's what I did in 2006 to help protect you people and call you all Fijians.
Meanwhile, the National Federation Party and the Fiji Labour Party noted they would maintain a secular state. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Promises made by SODELPA leader Sitiveni Rambuka that he will reinstate the 1997 constitution if elected have been rubbished by Fiji First General Secretary Ayaz Said Qayyum. During a party campaign at the Samambula Primary School Hall last night, Said Qayyum clarified the 1997 constitution legally allowed Itauke land to be sold. He says as a result, the Itauke land in Momi Singatoka was converted to freehold land by the now SODELPA president Ratunaingama Lalambalavu and sold. He says the same happened in Denarau. Catherine Krishna reports.
Speaking to more than 600 people at a party campaign in Suva yesterday, Fiji First General Secretary Ayaz Said Qayyum clarified that under the 1997 constitution, Itauke land was not safe.
That's the problem. The law allowed them to convert Itauke land to freehold land. This constitution, ladies and gentlemen, protects Itauke land forever. It does not allow for the alienation of Itauke land. Today, 91% of all the land in Fiji is Itauke land.
Said Qayyum stressed money has been borrowed to bring about positive changes and claims that we are mortgaging parts of our country is not true.
We don't mortgage our country. When we borrow money, for example, the ADB, this Edinburgh Drive, those of you know Edinburgh Drive, we borrow money from ADB to fix up Edinburgh Drive. We'll see more lights being put in. We did not say to ADB, okay, we're borrowing money to build this road. You can take this road if we don't pay you the loan.
During SODELPA's manifesto launch last Saturday, party leader Sitiveni Rambuka had said he will review the 2013 constitution if they have the numbers after the election.
Employment creation and equitable sharing of national wealth. Equitable meaning bringing in the resource and landowners into a better return for their investment of resources.
Said Qayyum also reminded those present at the campaign that Fiji is a secular state with 91% of the land owned by indigenous people. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
For the first time, the Fijian Elections Office will have an election visitor program. The program will allow 5 people to tour various areas on election day and see firsthand the process from the election day until the counting of votes. Anna Ravulo reports.
The election visitor program is a step closer for 5 people to see how things are done on polling day.
Now, the visitor program will involve a one-day briefing prior to election day, and then visitations to polling venues on election day, as well as to accounts at one of the polling stations, and then from there to the count center itself, and then to the results center where the Electoral Commission will host the visitors that evening.
The program is expected to be informative since this is the first of its kind in the country.
The intention of this visitor program is to enable sharing of information and knowledge, as well as election practices with our neighboring countries from the region, as well as some of our international partners who will be participating in this visitor program to see the election from the inside.
Anyone can participate, however they must send their expressions of interest to the FEO via the website before November 2nd. Applicants will have to state why they wish to participate in the program and what they hope to learn from it. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the FEO's preparations are moving on various fronts, and the key focus being the distribution of voter instruction booklets in pre-poll areas. Anna Ravulo now joins us live with the latest details. Anna.
Jackie, as for now, the Fijian Elections Office has deployed its awareness team to the furthest areas of the country. The first destination is the La Group, which has 6,515 registered voters for pre-polling. An aircraft carrying voter instruction booklets has also been sent to Rotuma for the same purpose. The Fijian Elections Office will reach out to other remote areas in the coming days. The idea behind sending this booklet is to reach pre-poll areas where voting begins on the 5th of next month. Now, there are a total of 70,519 pre-poll voters, and this is the number of booklets that have been distributed. Now, it is important for the Fijian Elections Office to get these booklets out, as it contains critical information about candidates of the general election. Voters need to read this book carefully to know that they have chosen the correct number of their candidates.
Still to come, suspect violent rapist on trial. And airline heads meet in Nandi. Details after the break.
Bula, neva ngo malakai leloma, ngo ngai nakas on duwa rong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya on totalita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Guya da tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere. Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere nawaluan.
Na vengo fane na tao no singa toka, kita on totalita ka ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
The trial of the man alleged to have brutally attacked and raped a tertiary student at Holland Street, Suva in 2016 concluded with the last defense witness giving evidence this morning. Isor Rainima, who is in his 20s, faces 11 counts of rape, assault with intent to commit rape, sexual assault, criminal intimidation and robbery. Pranita Prakash reports.
The December 2016 assault and rape are alleged to have occurred in broad daylight on Holland Street and left residents in the area in a state of shock. Isor Rainima's former partner, Inise Paoni, who was the only defense witness, told the court that Isor was with her on December 30th, the day of the alleged incident. The prosecution questioned her if Rainima had a gold tooth, which she denied but agreed that he had tattoos on his right hand as described by the victim. She also confirmed the relationship ended by the time Rainima was arrested. The defense stated that this was a case of mistaken identity. However, the prosecution disagrees. The prosecution highlighted that the victim was walking along Holland Street in broad daylight when she was tackled and pushed down the railings. The prosecution also highlighted that the accused was with the victim for an hour, and during this time she was able to see her attacker's face clearly. The judge will sum up the case on Wednesday. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
A former operations manager of a tax consultation company based in Suva appeared at the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon facing corruption-related charges. 43-year-old Reginald Lal has been charged by FICAC with 1 count of falsification of documents. It's alleged that between January 2015 and September 2016, he falsified 4 tax compliance certificates required under the Fiji Revenue and Customs Law, and as a result obtained a gain from Advanced Construction and the Aldex Trading Company. Lal has been released on a $1,000 bail with 1 surety in the same sum. The matter has been adjourned to November 8th for plea. 300 civil aviation delegates are currently meeting in Nandi for the 55th Conference of Directors General of Civil Aviation Asia and the Pacific region. The conference provides a platform to discuss the progress and solutions of international and regional civil aviation matters that have been taking place every year since 1960. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Contributing to the growth and development of international civil aviation is the overall aim for these delegates, who will be focusing on these issues over the next few days.
The challenge of the aviation industry have undoubtedly increased, and we require strong collaboration between the states, civil aviation administrators, and the aviation industry for more proactive action for safe, secure, and sustainable civil aviation.
Aviation safety, air navigation, economic development of air transport, and technical and regional cooperation will be some topics looked at by the states.
We are now working toward, whether for safety or efficiency or any other sectoral target, require a deepening reliance on digital information and communications.
Significant progress has also been made in Fiji to lift the standards of civil aviation.
As we are heavily reliant on the tourism industry and the international trade, about 90% of Fiji's tourists arrive by air transportation.
A total of 43 international civil aviation organization states and 11 international organizations are attending the conference. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
After successfully hosting the annual Dandia competition over the weekend, Radio Fiji 2 and Mirchi FM are already planning next year's event. Manager Radio Shamilochan Lal says next year the competition will be held indoor and people from all ethnic backgrounds will be invited to take part. Catherine Krishna reports.
Keeping in mind the weather conditions and the huge interest from the public, there will be a slight change in next year's Dandia competition.
We're going to do it in closed areas. It will be an indoor event where we're going to invite all people. We'll have participants from Radio Fiji 1, Bula FM, Gold FM, Today FM, and we'd like to invite Fiji to be part of this Dandia competition.
The event is targeted for all Fijians.
It will be interesting to see our Itoke group friends, maybe dressed in Itoke attire to do Dandia dance. You know what I mean? A lot of color, a lot of culture. Is really good towards nation building. We get to know each other.
FBC's team leader events Ruby Solanki says plans are already underway.
So for next year, definitely we're doing it bigger because we have noticed that we have families that show up in large numbers and we need a lot of space for that. So we are moving it into, right now we're looking at a really good venue.
The event will also feature Thali and Rangoli competition where people can showcase their cooking and artistic skills. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Queensland country to face Fiji and Drua in the National Rugby Championship final on Saturday. But before that, here's Rachel with all the day's business updates.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Tourist boost expected from royal visit. And in growing Fiji, new contractors for Nakasi Nosori project. Stay with us.
Vala, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosori. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosori. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic.
In business tonight, in less than 24 hours, Fiji will welcome the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for their first official tour as a married couple. The historic visit is expected to attract more tourists to our shores from the European market, as well as reinforce Fiji's long history with the royal couple. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will spend 3 days in the country from tomorrow. Kelly Vadala reports.
The publicity generated by the royal couple's first official visit to Fiji, both internationally and locally, will bring great value to our tourism industry.
If you look at a lot of the Fijian family homes, there are pictures of the Queen and royalty still there. So there's that attachment. For us in tourism, we're very happy that they have chosen Fiji. They could have chosen any other Pacific country.
The couple will travel from Nosori Airport to Suva tomorrow. Their first stop will be at the Boran House, and from there they will attend an official traditional welcome ceremony at Suva's Albert Park. Various activities have been planned for Wednesday.
Her Royal Highness the Duchess is heading to Suva Market, where she's going to meet the market vendors as well. While she's doing that, His Royal Highness the Duke will be travelling to Tholoi Suva.
Fijians have described this visit as an opportunity of a lifetime.
I followed them in Australia, in New Zealand. Now I'm in Fiji. Hopefully I will get a chance.
We like it because it's a long time for them to visit us again.
I'm very excited to see the royal couples.
I'm excited. I've always wanted to see both of them, especially the wife.
I'm excited to meet Prince Harry and his wife.
The last royal visit was Princess Anne in 2006 and Prince Charles in 1974. But the last couple visit was Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, and they stayed here at the Grand Pacific Hotel, where Prince Harry will deliver his first address at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the exchange market.
Let's review some of the trading on the South Pacific Stock Exchange for last week. 6 of the listed stocks were traded, noting various share price movements. Fiji Care Insurance shares noted a 5 cents growth to end the week at $1.45. Paradise Beverages shares rose by 10 cents to close at $13, and Fijian Holding shares increased to $6.22, noting a 2-cent rise. Following these price movements, the overall market capitalization increased by 0.06% and ended the week at $2.69 billion. And that's all the latest from our local stock market. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. On to the exchange rates. As the China-US trade wars continue, the Fiji dollar made some gains both against the yuan and the greenback, as well as the kina and the Japanese yen, but slid slightly against the New Zealand dollar and the euro, and the Aussie dollar remained steady. As for the commodities market, oil prices closed just above $69 a barrel. Gold closed up at $1,228 an ounce, and silver closed at $14.62 an ounce. In Fiji tonight, the Fiji Roads Authority has appointed 2 contractors, Higgins Fiji and Dale Quarries, to complete remaining work on the recently terminated contract on Kings Road, Suva, between Rewa Bridge and 9 Miles. The previous contract was with the China Railway First Group, which was terminated due to delays. Confirming this, Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says both the contractors have worked with them on a number of projects and have delivered exceptional work of quality. Moore says this is one of the crucial projects of the FRA to improve traffic flow, and they have full faith in the companies. Both work on the project got underway today and is anticipated to be completed by next June. And that's business for tonight. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. In sports tonight, Fijiana finished 10th at Glendale Sevens, and Jiten Prasad retains Open Snooker title. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The Fiji Airways Women's Sevens team got their World Series campaign off to a disappointing start. The Alifereti Ndovi Virata coach side lost to Spain 20 points to 14 in the Challenge Trophy final at the Colorado tournament in the USA. Russell Prasad reports.
After failing to win any of its pool matches in the Colorado Sevens, the Fijiana side had some consolation after beating China 17-14 in the semi-final of the Challenge Trophy this morning. They progressed to the final where they faced Spain, which had earlier defeated Mexico 46-0. The side were found napping as Spain ran in 3 tries to take a 15-7 lead at the break.
Gives back and away goes Amaya Urbina, the elder of the Urbina sisters, and flick as it goes to Amaya Urbina, and Urbina looking for a double. Turnover going to the other Urbina as Lide Urbina. It's a family affair.
Both sides scored a try each in the second spell, but it was Spain that turned out to be the better side on the day.
Leave if that is Urbina, in fact, running through the shadows. And
the Fijiana Sevens side needs to look back at their performance if they are to achieve something at their next stop in Dubai in December. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, New Zealand was crowned champions of the Glendale Sevens after thumping host USA 33-7 in the final. Veteran Portia Woodman starring for the Black Ferns with a hat-trick in the match.
One-on-one with Ember, affects the tackle. Pops the ball up, there's the hole for the USA, and now we'll get it started. Will go. She is an absolute phenom. Portia Woodman showing a lot of fitness. Back-to-back scores for her. Oh, beautifully for Goss. Ruby Tui's there. Portia Woodman's there. Ruby Tui's there. You go have it, number 11. You go eat some.
Just, I suppose, really proud of the girls' efforts. We've been together for a couple of weeks now, so to be able to put out performances like that, we're pretty stoked heading into the World Series.
Following the first tournament of the season, the Black Ferns lead the Women's World Series standings with 20 points. Finalist USA is in second position with 18, while Canada sits third. Meanwhile, World Series defending champion Australia is in fifth place with 12 points. They were thumped 26-5 by host USA in the Cup quarterfinal, but managed to beat Ireland 21-19 in the fifth place playoff. The Fiji Airways Ndrua is raring to take on Queensland Country in the final of the Australian National Rugby Championship on Saturday. Ndrua coach Senirusi Serubakula says it's a huge achievement for the side going into the second year in the competition and also a milestone achievement for Fijian rugby. The Ndrua has won 7 of their 8 matches this season, including 5 straight on home soil, but they are yet to get the better of Queensland Country in 3 attempts, including a 52-22 defeat 5 weeks ago. Meanwhile, it was a walk in the park for Filippo Ndaungunu's Queensland Country, thumping Western Force 45-24 in their NRC semi-final. The side ran in 7 tries to seal the match. Snooker player Jiten Prasad defeated Merinio Pene 4-1 in the final of the Nausori Open Snooker Tournament at the Nausori Club last night. The 3-day tournament attracted more than 30 players from around the country. Meli Tavanga reports.
It was a cruise final for Jiten Prasad as he won the first 4 frame to retain the title.
Beginning the first set of pool games, we thought there would be no upsets, but then there were some upsets. Snooker, just like any other sports in Fiji, the more you play, the more competitive you get, and the more higher your build-up in the sport comes.
7-time winner Deepak Jairam says they have discovered new talents from various districts during the 3-day event.
From around all the players came to play this tournament. All the like A grades players were most, and like 4 or 5 players from B grade, and 1 guy came from Lamasa to play this tournament.
Prasad walked away with $1,000 prize money, while runner-up Benerio Pene received $400. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
A 96th minute equalizer robbed Jose Mourinho's Manchester United of a victory over Chelsea. With the game ending 2-2, Mourinho was once again the centre of attention. USA Women's Sevens player Ilona Maher single-handedly denied Australia a Final Four spot at the Glendale Sevens. Maher scored a hat-trick in the 26-5 quarter-final win that forced Australia to miss its first World Series semi-final since 2015. Here's the try that sealed the deal for USA.
Haberlin to Maher. And guess what? This is turning into the Maher show. Away goes Ilona Maher, and this for a hat trick.
That's it from sports tonight. Join Angie later on with weather, and in new media, take a look at the Surface Pro 6 from Microsoft. That's after the break.
Narangolesenya, Obama Ketevenakas, the wrong of Nakabe on Radio Fiji 1, and Domovit.
Ayaw Vinyana, the Dobarong on Radio Fiji 1, and Domovisi, Hinatoka.
Guado Ilaisa Ingatoka, Ron Robinana Heramakawa in Radio Fiji 1, Hingatoka.
Radio Fiji 1, non Domoviti.
New media, the 4 squares of the Microsoft logo now mean more than just the world's most popular operating system. They stand for world-class hardware, and the Surface Pro is the chief example. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Hope you had a wonderful weekend even though it was not favorable. But I hope you have a wonderful week ahead with rain being in company. Yes, there is more indications of rain ahead. It's umbrella time again. Taking a look in the west, it's been a sunny day with scattered clouds. Eastwards from Pekhaba to Suva, very rainy throughout. And up north, after a few light drizzles, it was a bit settled. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 11:53 p.m. Sunrise at 5:32.
For tomorrow, this rain will continue in the Central and Eastern Division, while the rest of the centers are expected to be less rainy. Tomorrow's temps, most centers will hit lower 30-degree range. And looking further into Wednesday, the showers will gradually ease. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji on Pulse tonight, we asked, should candidates found campaigning along racial lines be disqualified from contesting the election?
Those who campaigning on racial lines should be disqualified, because Fiji is no more about racial division. Fiji is all for one now.
Yes, regarding racism, yes, they should be.
I think parties should not campaign along racial lines. I think that's just wrong.
Capping the main stories for tonight, Syed Qayyum says NFP health claims unsubstantiated. Sidalpa government to advocate Christian values if elected, and 5 citizens to be chosen for election visitor program. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment, last week we had asked, are you happy with the caliber of candidates contesting the election? 62% said no. This week we're asking, should party candidates found campaigning along racial lines be disqualified from contesting the election? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, the picture was taken in Lokia Nausori by Aryan Yash Prasad. Absolutely gorgeous picture of the rainbow there. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe, stay warm. Good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।